Daniel Day-Lewis is a retired Oscar hunter. Day-Lewis is the first actor in Oscar history to win the Academy Award for Best Actor in a lead role 3 times. He appeared in several films, including My Left Foot, Gangs of New York, There Will Be Blood, and Lincoln. Day-Lewis is one of the best actors in the history of world and English cinema, if not the best of them. Although Daniel Day-Lewis's artistic career spans nearly 40 years, he only made 20 films. But what Daniel presented in these films was not presented by other actors whose films may reach 50 or 70 films or more. The first person to spark Day-Lewis's acting career was actor Robert De Niro in the movie Taxi Driver. Day-Lewis was impressed by him in the role he played. You may see Tom Hanks, Jack Nicholson, or Marlon Brando as the best acting talents Hollywood has ever known, and you may prefer Al Pacino or Robert De Niro. You may also classify Michael Caine or Anthony Hopkins as the most proficient actors in their roles. We cannot disagree that these actors are the greats of Hollywood and the best that cinema has produced, but we also do not deny that these stars have bad roles that are not worthy of their artistic careers. But what about an English actor, the vast majority of whose roles were milestones in the history of cinema? First Academy Award for the film My Left Foot, 1989. Daniel Day-Lewis was delving into the details of a life similar to the role he would play until he reached the point of remaining in a wheelchair for months, when he played the role of a cripple in My Left Foot. In it, he played the role of the life story of the poet and painter Christy Brown, who suffered from paralysis that made him unable to write or draw except using his left leg. Day-Lewis wanted to excel in the role, and he entered a rehabilitation center in order to learn to draw with his left leg. Being confined to a wheelchair caused him to break 2 ribs due to his daily sitting position, which imitated the sitting of the Irish poet and painter. Even the team, who said that Daniel Day-Lewis did not get out of character during breaks in filming and even made someone else feed him food, Daniel excelled in his role and identified with his character, performing all his movements. So his winning an Oscar was an inevitable result of his performance in that role. Indeed, if we return to the film, we believe that the director brought a real patient suffering from rickets to play the role, and we cannot know at all that the person who played the character is just an actor. Second Oscar for the film, There Will Be Blood, 2007. There Will Be Blood is a movie in which you will not see a single drop of blood, but you will see a great movie and a very great performance. The events of the movie revolve around a poor man working in silver prospecting at the beginning of the last century. He decides to change his profession to prospecting for oil. This profession at that time was a source of wealth for those who mastered it. Working in this profession, the film will show you the story of this man, Daniel Plainview, Daniel Day-Lewis, a greedy man who wants to achieve wealth by any means. He destroys everyone who stands in his way and gets what he wants. The film relied on a main thing, which is the performance of Daniel Day-Lewis, and he mastered this role and was able to win his 2nd Academy Award in 2008. Third Academy Award for the film, Lincoln, 2012. The events of the film take place in 1865. The American Civil War is approaching. During the last months of the life of American President Abraham Lincoln, Daniel Day-Lewis, he strives to win the Civil War and pass the 13th Amendment to the U.S. Constitution, which prohibits slavery in all its forms. Lincoln seeks to obtain enough votes in Congress before it is too late. Reaching peace as quickly as possible will save thousands of lives. A nation must achieve the freedom of its entire people, getting out of the impasse of civil war, reaching peace, and preserving the lives of citizens. Daniel was able to win his 3rd Academy Award, which he richly deserved for this role. When Sir Daniel Day-Lewis was asked about the secret of his mastery of the roles assigned to him in such a dazzling manner, he said, "I think I have a high ability to delude myself, so I have no problem thinking I'm someone else." This is what he knows about. Daniel isolates himself for months before starting to act any character in order to fully immerse himself in it. In late 2017, his fans were surprised when he announced his retirement from artistic work without clear reasons, and some stated that he had suffered psychological damage due to the severity of his role-playing, which was relatively the case in his last film, Phantom Thread. In the video description, you find a link to the top 10 movies for Daniel Day-Lewis. If you like the video, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel to get you all new